5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Shane and Calvin chilling in the studio. We're hanging out with your best hoe. We're gonna go later in the bed, and maybe she will give us both some head. I'm like, oh no, baby, you better back up. We're gonna pop your Reese's peanut butter cup. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess we're having a gangbang later on. And this is Shot 30 Podcast. And I am Shane Newbert. And today I've been trying to get this guy on the podcast for a long time. And guess what? Dorothy, you're not in Kansas anymore.
Bingo!
You're in a white territory.
That's right, for sure. That's no doubt.
And this is Calvin motherfucking Reed, bitches.
What's happening? How you doing?
Dude, this is awesome. I've been trying to get him on here for so long.
I know, man. I've been doing stuff, but then I forget I had to do it. Then I'd be like,
yeah, kind of like last Sunday.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck.
Dude, we had like me and Timmery, we had mimosa set up for you. We were already. I'm like, he never messaged, but I know he's coming.
Yeah. I fucking. And then my kids were there on Saturday night, and then I woke up.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I was like, damn.
Dude, you're here now. Dude, I was so pumped because we had one of the guests back out. We got a lineup of guests, good lineup coming up.
Right.
And we had one back out, and then you came right in. And because I've been excited for this one for a long time.
Yeah, I said I owed you. So that's why I said I'll come. I was like, I owe him one.
Well, I actually have some things I'm going to say on this podcast today because you actually were kind of a changing point in some of the things I was doing. Right. And you don't even realize that.
Oh.
You may not even realize that.
Thanks, man.
But Shot 30 Podcast is sponsored by Mrs. Newby's Cakes and Cookies. Dude, and what Mrs. Newby's is bringing you is handcrafted cakes, beautiful design. She makes all the decorations.
Okay.
She is the best. Hands down the best. And she makes cupcakes, cookies, all decorative, and try to find me a better cake decorator. She belongs on those shows.
Right,
yeah.
For sure.
And visit Mrs. Newby's Cakes and Cookies on Facebook and Instagram today and put in your orders because it's almost too late for Christmas time. She's getting booked. All she needs is a little bit of your money.
It's a real cookie cake thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I thought you were just making it up.
No, and
no. Dude, I thought you was making up a sponsor. Dude,
that's what people think. So watch this.
Right.
And Shot 30 Podcast is also sponsored by Conspiracy Kimonos. Have you ever done jiu-jitsu?
Nuh-uh.
Have you ever thought about it?
No, I don't like getting choked out.
I've never done it either, but I do like to wear my gi, and it's right over there if you don't believe me.
Oh, I see that.
Visit Conspiracy Kimonos and get your custom-made gi because he's coming out with a brand new version. And you want it. You want it under the Christmas tree for your fighting little kids. Yeah, visit Conspiracy Kimonos today. We'll get into some of the other sponsors later.
That's one thing you probably shouldn't let little kids get into, because then they do it at school.
Or they defend themselves at school.
Yeah, if they defend themselves, you got to, you know what I'm saying? There's some kids that, you know what I'm saying, the last thing you want to do is teach a kid that's already a bully how to choke somebody out.
Let me tell you a story, man. When I was in high school, when I was a little freshman, I was just a little tyke.
Right.
And we were on the bus, and I was dressed for varsity.
Right.
We were going to the game, and I always had like just enough money. We didn't have very much money.
Right.
I had just enough money to go get mini muffins.
Right.
Dude, mini muffins. And so I went up to go get some mini muffins, and my buddy, well, not my buddy. Okay, I guess my buddy said, you better get some for Mike. Big Mike, the big bad senior.
Right.
And I was like, okay, you're right, I better get him some. So I got 2 bags. Gave one to him, so I didn't get my juice that I normally would sip on. And I gave one to him. I'm like, here you go, Mike. He's like, oh, okay. And then I went to crack mine open. He's like, whoa. You got 2? I was like, come on, man. I haven't even eaten lunch.
Right.
He choked me out. I woke up at the game with 2 empty bags of mini muffins. So that's why I decided to turn into a professional power lifter. And I did that, and then I destroyed my whole body, and now I'm fat.
You still strong, though.
Oh, I could still dibble dabble. I probably have. Well, I did 550 on deadlift for 3 the other day, and then my bench is not very strong right now. And squat probably 400 or 500, something like that. But back in the day, look at that old Iron Man up there.
Yeah, you getting it?
Yeah, it was good. We a big group of us over in Kiwani. We all started, and next thing you know, we were all of us ranked tops in the world up there. It was fun.
I tried doing something like that. My asshole fall right out the bottom of my ass.
What is the bottom of your ass?
You know.
Okay.
Once it go.
All right. So we're gonna get away from that asshole talk. I already saw what you're on in your Facebook friend request, man.
That was, man. See what you know? What's messed up about that is that they like someone you may know. I'm like, how the hell would I know these people?
Dude, that was some. We'll just say.
How would I know?
We'll say interesting.
That was something else. I was like, nah.
Here we go. There's a shot to start us off, and we're just gonna keep rocking.
Yes. Jameson.
So before I start, I'm going to ask you some questions. We're going to do some things. We had some questions come in. We had some callers. But the very first thing I want to say to you is, when I was... Okay, for anybody that doesn't know, Calvin Reed is a stand-up comedian. And he's awesome. And he goes all over the place, and he does his thing. And he does it well. And now he's unleashed the beast. Oh, this isn't PG-13 shit anymore. He's doing the real shit.
Yeah.
And so I do want to say, I don't, other than my wife, no one knows this story, I was getting down in the dumps on stand-up. Mm-hmm. I was going competition.
Right.
Where I was right at the start of every single show, like number 4, number 5, and then I was killing these sets that I knew were killer.
Right.
And dude, I was just getting down in the dumps about my sets, I swear.
Right.
And then finally, at that one at the Speakeasy, the whole room shifted. It was a dead room, and then I went up and I felt like I just murdered. I felt like I did so well.
Yeah.
And I walked off, hung my head low as shit, and I was walking out just like, hey, good job, everybody. That's
for sure.
And dude, this guy right here, I did not know him. I did not know anything about him. He grabs me and he said, "You're incredibly funny. Dude, you're probably my favorite of the night. And you need to not worry about these competitions. Even the best in the world don't win these competitions."
Right.
Dude, and I walked out of there. My next sets after that, they weren't competition, but I slayed the room.
That's right.
And I felt so good. And that was right at the start of the podcast too, because I've talked about, I guess I did talk about it a little bit before. I just said someone talked to me and said, "Hey man, you picked my head up big time," because then we started grinding on this, and then I started writing more and more and more.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to promise you, in 3 months, I'm going to win the North Hollywood comedy competition.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
We've put a lot of money away, and I'm going to win.
Yes, sir.
I've concocted this thing, and it is, and you know what? I was told a lot of times to start getting away from the style I was doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people told me that, and you said that I love the style that you do.
Yeah.
Just keep doing that, and keep being yourself, and I loved it.
And that's because I meant that 100%. Because the things like this, your energy was good. You connected with every type of person in the crowd. It didn't matter what color they were, this and that. You were just on it. And then I was like, yeah. And the only thing I would say, I was like, oh, he's speeding through a little bit. And then, because you were waiting for those minutes. But, like, you could always cut it. You know what I'm saying? This and that. But, like, as far as, like, hanging your head after getting off a stage, nah.
I mean, I can keep a clean face so no one can see, but you caught me definitely.
Yeah.
I was hanging my head.
For sure, because a lot of comedians do that. I was like, people understand how hard it is to get up on stage and do that in front of people.
What we've talked about on here before is there is a thing that happens. Mm-hmm. And like, let's say it's not going well.
Yeah.
It's not like you're a singer and you can just let the background music play, or you could put the mic.
Yep.
You got to figure it the fuck out, or you're just going to stand there and look dumb.
Yeah.
And you may try to figure it out, and it may not work. You may be drowning. You may be drowning, but at least you drown and you finish and you figure it out. I mean, it's 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes that you're doing, and you figure it out or you don't, you know?
And that's and stuff like that. Like I said, competitions, man. The thing is like this. You can't really judge on a style of comedy because most of the time, most of people are different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people that win those competitions. dry comedy. I'm not knocking nobody that does
Absolutely.
dry comedy.
No.
But like the thing is like you're just like, I wouldn't have picked him. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
I was like, I wouldn't have picked him to win.
Yeah,
you know?
we went to, and we've talked about this before. I'm going with you. You don't ever go without me in
That's
here.
right.
Just so you know that. This is Shot 30 podcast. And this is real.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for what's about to happen here.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
This is sponsored, and this is real. Have you ever needed a male escort? Hey. Well, there's one in the Quad Cities, Chicago area. Visit Jerome Lovely on Facebook today and get a male escort. And I know Calvin's probably thinking to himself, oh yeah, is this prostitution? And no, it's not prostitution. An escort is someone who escorts you and gives you company. Have you ever needed company for dinner?
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, Jerome Lovely is there for you. And this is real, dude. Everybody does this. Please visit Jerome Lovely on Facebook today.
Oh shit, man!
And just go watch the fireworks. Go for a Christmas walk. You know, just anything. Maybe impress your parents for a little bit that you got yourself a good-looking man for the holidays.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jerome.
Yeah.
That's the dude.
All right. And then this one is a very close friend of mine. Hey, visit Buttery Blends. It's a barbershop in Kewanee. His name is Tremaine Jordan, and what he is bringing you is the freshest fade, the freshest cut that you'll ever have. Dude, I'm going up there this week, and you'll see how good I look afterwards. He'll make me look from 250 down to like 245, but cleaner. You know, and that's if I fast before I go. But Tremaine Jordan is, dude, I mean, all you have to do is go to his page, Buttery Blends. Visit on Facebook. His shop's in Kewanee. And hey, tell him I sent you, and he might just give you a little discount. Yeah.
Buttery Blends. That name sounds like you get a happy ending at the end.
No, he's not giving it. Dude, he's one of the coolest guys, dude. I promise you.
Here's your cut, man. That'd be $20. Hey, man, come on in the back.
No, he's not taking nobody. Don't ruin this promo ad, dude.
Meet Jerome. Jerome's here.
You're thinking of Jerome Lovely.
He's here, too.
Oh, God. All right, so what we were saying is I was at one of these competitions, okay? Yeah. And, man, talk about devastation. Mm-hmm. Because this was the one right before the speakeasy that I went to. Yeah. And this woman went up there, and I don't know. I'm not going to say her act, right, but I'll say it in a way. So my kid was on the internet, and I said, I'm going to figure out what my kid's doing on the internet. So I'm searching through Google, blah, blah, blah. And then, now, when I say blah, 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 that means like a minute, okay? Yeah. And then I finally come along something that shouldn't be there. A messenger, blah, 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 blah. And so I think that this is an older person messaging my young child, blah, 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 blah. At the very end, it was my sister messaging my kid. The whole room was like this the whole time. The entire time.
Punchline.
There was none. And she advanced and I did not. Thank you very much.
See?
And she worked there.
That's how. Let me explain something to you before.
And it was her very first time ever doing stand-up.
Right. But here's the thing. When you go to Hollywood, when I went out to LA, so
what clubs did you do in LA?
I did I went to the Clown House. I went to what's that one down there? I went to one in Long Beach.
There's the Ha Ha.
I went to the Comedy Store.
Did you do the store?
Right. I went there, did the store.
What'd you get? 1 minute?
Dude.
Oh, you waited.
Minutes. It was 2 minutes.
Oh, damn.
I was like, okay. And then like, their style of comedy is most of the comedians that went up there worked at the Comedy Store.
Oh man, the what is the far
room? And they're the
room?
ones that won.
Yeah, the far room now is you get 1 minute, but that's if you wait 4 hours.
Yes.
That is just
It's super political out there. And then I did the one out there in Burbank. It's a good one.
Ice House?
No, it's
Burbank's in Ice House is in Burbank, I think.
There's one and it's called, what's it called? Like Giddy something. It's man, I'm trying to remember the name. Because Seinfeld
Did you say
was there.
Kitty?
Like Giddy.
Something
like Guinness, something like that.
Yeah, I normally do the elementary schools. Yeah, I go out there and
at least they're loud.
Yeah,
I farted.
Oh, yeah,
that's everybody's everywhere. That's falling on each other. But like everybody. The thing with California is everybody's doing the same style of comedy, which is why it's hard for them to excel. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So like that's why they're doing it there all the time. It was so different for me. Like there was black guys that got on the stage, and I felt kind of weird when they used the N-word in their skit because I was like,
yeah, and especially for us here, like
I was like,
we're like, who's getting burnt out of here today?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm just and the thing is like they were talking about politics. These black comics were talking about politics, and I was like, what the hell? And then one guy got on there, and everybody was just like heckling him, and he got second place. And the guy that won was the assistant manager of the comedy show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that one girl got on there, got pissed.
Oh yeah.
Got pissed.
I have a friend out there right now. He does the haha every single night.
Yeah.
He lives right outside the haha. He just moved there from here, and he is like, whoa, you want like. Everybody's Andrew Santino.
Yep.
Everybody's Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
Everybody's Ali Wong.
Yep. Everybody does their style after somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, for me, I went out there and I just made fun of California. I made fun of the black guys. I was like, I didn't know whether to laugh at you using the word or rip you off the stage and kick your ass like we do in the Midwest. But like. And then the guy was talking about Kanye. I was like, by the way, I like Kanye West. And I was dressed in all Chicago stuff. And I was like, he's like, oh no, brother. You know, I was like, yeah. And then, I was like, people was laughing this and that. I started making fun of people in the crowd. And then so they started laughing at that. So like, the guy that won, he was talking about pedophilia and all type of, and I felt uncomfortable. As a comedian, you should never feel uncomfortable about a comedy show. I know. But the way he was saying it, I was just like, he's like, you know it, brother. You know. I was like,
that is, I know the exact feeling, and I can't say something. I'll tell you after.
Yep.
But I don't want to say it on here because I respect our local little small comedy. But
for sure.
But there is an act that just, it's just like. Pour gasoline on me and just let me go. Just let me be with the Jedis.
It's not.
Let me be with Obi-Wan.
I'm pretty sure I can figure out exactly.
Oh, dude! The second I tell you, you're gonna go.
I'm gonna go. Oh yeah. Oh God, like.
What if I do this? What if I do this? You got it. You got it for real. Yes. Oh my God. Dude, I've been waiting to have you on here forever.
I'm like, why?
All right. So before I forget, dude, we are literally cooking along this podcast right now.
Yeah.
We are cooking.
It's a party. But no, but the thing is like with Quad City Comedy, everybody, they'll go up with their jokes. You have to already have a sense of making people laugh.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, it's just like, and the thing is like this, then you'll write a little bit, then you go try it out. Cool, you know? But then you get people that will just write the same joke.
I mean, if you're doing the same, okay, dude, we're talking 5 minutes. If you need a stack of notes for 5 minutes that you've been doing for a year, I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but I mean,
you're
like,
not ready.
Dude,
you're not ready.
You can ask people that watch this podcast, my wife, you can ask almost everyone. I've wrote 5 minutes as I'm walking on stage before.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, and I'm not shitting on people. It sounds like I am. And if I am, then I apologize and I'll eat your ass like a cupcake, okay?
No, don't apologize, because here's the thing. Some people need to step their game up.
Like, here, dude. Like, this is
yeah,
acts from just the other day that I wrote. Like, it's just right. If you love it, just do it.
Exactly. And you know what's funny about that? When people write out stuff like that, they don't just have to use it for stand-up. They could use it for skits, like when you do skits and stuff like. You can write those out, and do skits.
I swear I grabbed the right microphone the other day.
Right.
All right, we're gonna get to some callers, guys. We're gonna do some callers real quick.
Let's do it.
And we have 3 callers that called in today, so we're just gonna play them in order as they came. All right, first one.
Hey, Shane, this is John Patrick from Tennessee. I love Shot 30 podcast and really miss having your...
John Patrick's called the podcast before, dude. This guy's... He's got a thing for when my wife is on the show.
Wife's pretty butt cheeks on the podcast.
Oh, dude, I told you. Wait, what did he say here? What did he say?
He's putting butt cheeks.
Miss having your wife's pretty butt cheeks on the podcast. We can still talk about it. But when are we going to get another episode with the wife? Yo, let us know. Yo, drink up Shot 30 podcast. Hey, Shane. And that's okay.
All right, thanks, John. Like always, there's one steal.
Shit! Damn!
Alright, well, let's just get to the next one here. I hate when these fucking calls come in. Alright, here we go. Here's the next caller.
Hello, American people and Shot 30 podcast. My name is Ahmed, and I love Shot 30 podcast, and I listen all the way over from Lebanese. And most of you American people only know Lebanese from the porn star Mia Khalifa. But I want to tell you all, there's a lot more to our country than Mia Khalifa. She's a big part, a big gaping hole of our country. But I hope you and Calvin have a great episode, and please give me that shout out. Shot 30 bitches.
Okay.
Hey, man. First off, Lebanese people don't even talk like that.
Dude, I don't know, man.
It sound like I could have swore he lives down the street from me at the Kimberly Mart, and I know he talks like that, and he's from Pakistan. I was like,
dude, the next one is came in from you or for you.
Oh,
this is all for you.
Okay.
Hey y'all, my name is Riley Lebansky, and I love Shot 30 podcast. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to say I saw that you were having Calvin Reed on, and me and Calvin go back. But I sent him a friend request, and he ain't done responded to my friend request. So if you could just hit me up, boy. And I just want to say, drink up, Shot 30, bitches.
You know what's fucked up? That voice sounds familiar. It really, I think I might know her. You know?
Wait, dude, is Riley Lebansky the person who was in your messenger?
Yeah, man.
Or the people you may know?
You know what?
Oh,
that was Tamika Bailey. It looked like Angela.
I don't know. I think that.
Shit. Fuck. That motherfuckers found me. I say if it was Tamika Bailey, see, at least I know that's a dude, and that they know they are dude.
And
but the Tamika Bailey, did you see Tamika Bailey with the green hair and a mustache? The mustache was nice and crisp.
I mean, that was the most attractive part.
It was. The mustache was lined up.
You remember Balls, or was it called Balls of Fury when Ben Stiller is the dodgeball tournament, right? Yeah, yes. Yeah. It was kind of like a black version of Ben Stiller.
You remember what was it? What was that damn movie? The Longest Yard?
Oh my God. We want a D, we want an I, give me a C, give me... Oh, okay. Oh my God. What are we doing on this podcast, people? Calvin Reed, I've waited for you for so long, and you're finally here.
It's party time. It's party time.
All right, we're going to drop a couple sponsors right after this shot.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Hey, do you like jerseys? Like legit jerseys. He hasn't had a chance to go up and see him, but I'm definitely going to show him. But hey, go to DHgate. And it's almost too late to get it for Christmas. But you're out there spending $100, $150 on stitched jerseys when you could be spending 10, 20, 30 bucks tops for official NFL jerseys at DHgate. Go to DHgate. Why aren't you? Do you not care about Christmas or your family? Damn.
That was serious, man. They don't care about their family if they don't get a jersey? You don't care about your family?
Yeah. Dude. Damn. Dude, I gotta tell you a story real quick.
Right.
Before I did the next sponsor. I was at Target today, and I would say what I bought my wife for Christmas, but
she might see it.
Hey, the Lion's Den is off limits on this podcast. Off
limits, bro.
Did I tell you that? Oh, you probably never see my Lion's Den act.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, it's really good. But I walked into the Lion's Den one day, and the worst thing ever is to be like recognized at the Lion's Den. That's what my whole fucking act was about. How bad it is to be recognized
right.
At the Lion's Den. Dude, the guy goes, "Are you the guy who did the stand-up act on YouTube about the Lion's Den?" I was like, "Oh, mother." I was like, "No." He's like, "He looks just like you." And I was like, "Did you think it was funny? Should I watch it?" He's like, "Oh, it's hilarious." I was like, "Yeah, it was me."
You always got to get the response first. What you think? Yeah, it was me, man. You know.
All right, so this guy at Target today, I go to get in my car, and I'm talking to Timmery on the phone, and this guy walks up to me. Dude, you could not be trying any harder. A brand new pair of shoes ripped apart. Like brand new shoes ripped apart. So he got new shoes and he ripped them apart. There's very telling signs. Like, you know, like when you are homeless, you don't have a new pair of Nikes ripped apart.
Right.
You bought them, you rubbed them through the dirt, you ripped them apart.
Right.
But this guy did have the best meth mouth I've ever seen in my life. He had a nub per each tooth. And we do love people that are struggling. And we try to help out in any way we can. But when you're faking, or when you're trying to, and when the very first thing you say to me is, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?" Or, so cigarette first, right?
Right.
And then the next thing you say is, "Or could you spare any money? I need to get home to my family for Thanksgiving, and it's a week after Thanksgiving." I probably have a pretty good idea what you're doing.
Oh, for sure.
And so I gave him $1. And that was actually all I had in my wallet.
Right.
And so I give him $1. I'm like, "Sorry, man, I don't have more." He's like, "Well, could you like look in your car to see if you have any change?" I was like, "I just dumped my change bucket in my room, and I'll show you when I go up there. We got one of those like quarter counters, it counts as $89.12. You put a penny in, $89.13.
Right.
And I was like, "Dude, I just dumped it all." He's like, "Well, do you have like anything of value in the car?" I was like,
"Shit.
All right, see you, bud." And he's like, No. Like I meant like maybe like a shirt or something. I was like, "I don't think I just have a shirt." So I just got in the car. I was like, Timmy's like, "What just happened?" I was like, "I don't know, but I'm about to run this dude over and take my fucking $1 back."
That's how it be, man. I'm telling you, man. Around these times, you know how you get off of like 74 or you get off any major highway and this and that.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're on the corner, and then they be like, "Oh, could you help me?" And this and that. Dude has like a veteran sign, but the dude looks like 22.
You haven't seen, dude. You haven't seen all the podcasts because you are literally repeating something somebody else said before.
He looks like he's 22 years old. And you look at his shoes, and they're not like regular. They're not like Nikes that you could get from goddamn Marshalls. These are Nikes you get from like Foot Locker. And you're like, "Nah, I'm good."
What the one thing that I've always learned is like, have you ever had somebody like you handed money to like in Chicago or anything? Right after this quick break.
Oh, for sure. It happened to me when I was in Chicago doing that show. When I did the show up in Chicago.
Have you ever looked like the easiest thing to tell is look at their hands. Mm-hmm. I mean, their hands will tell you the whole story.
If their hands is clean,
if their palms, if the back of their hands are dirty, okay, that's a toss up. But if their palms are spotless, clean,
nope.
Yeah,
you ain't getting nothing.
See, me and Timmery. Oh my God. I'm about to drop this story, and my wife is about to love this shit come tomorrow. We met a guy named Taekwon.
Of course.
Dude.
Take something.
Okay, so Taekwon he was just sitting on the side of the street. He hops up and goes, he was wearing a pair of underwear on his head. Okay? So, like, a pair of underwear.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, if you're going to wear a pair of drawers on your head, somebody's like, homeboy's got drawers on his head. I was like, if you're going to do that, I said, you got some money.
Right.
So I give him like $10. And then Tim restarts a video of me and Taekwon, and he's like, boom, 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 boom. And I was like, freestyle rapping. I put my hat on the ground. People started throwing money in. I swear to God, I was freestyle rapping for 15 minutes. Got about like $35. Gave it to Taekwon.
Right.
Then we took him into Hy-Vee, bought him a sandwich and a 2-day bus pass. And Taekwon is now in a picture frame in our bedroom.
Right.
Dude. Because when me and Timry got back to the hotel,
yeah.
we were drunk as fuck. Had a blast with Taekwon.
Right.
And we put our underwear on our head. And we were like, Taekwon Derulo. Dude, everybody looking for love. Oh, ain't that the reason you're in this club? Oh. And we were so drunk, dude. We were singing. We posted that shit on Facebook that night. Like, dude, we're about to get fucking fired. Dude, what are we doing? We woke up in the morning like, hurry, delete it. How many people like that? Oh, 160. Okay. There's a solid chance somebody at work saw that. Dude. But that's like...
Oh, shit.
Oh, my... I have to tell you a couple stories when we're not on here that
sure.
you will freaking die. But
Underwear bandit.
All right, first of all, before we get... Oh, I got to drop that other sponsor. Handmade by Haley. Have you ever needed like a handcrafted like woodwork design for outside of your house? Maybe it says Reed and like a little Santa? Like maybe something like that. Handmade by Haley is out of Keepwani, and what she does is she brings you stuff like that. And it's beautiful. And you do front door pickup. It's very convenient, very easy, very simple. Visit Handmade by Haley on Facebook today. Visit Handmade by Haley today.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I would love to have you back on the podcast super soon.
For sure.
This is already awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, we're climbing up the time. I would love to get... Let's talk a little bit more.
All right.
But what I'm going to say is, what is your plans with stand-up? What do you want to do?
Stand-up was more of a stepping stone for me to what I really want to do was like to do like shows, like TV shows, like comedy shows, comedy series, stuff like that. And like stand-up is more of like it's a release, like the type of material. It's kind of like Tim Allen. Like when Tim Allen did all this stuff and then he made Home Improvement based off of his jokes. Mm-hmm. That's how I wanted to do it. And getting certain material to see certain reactions about certain material, this and that. Obviously, now that I'm just not doing that PG-13 shit no more, I ain't doing no Tim Allen, no Bob Saget style shit.
Bob Saget's not PG.
No, not
you're saying
Full
now.
House. Yeah. Tom Saget.
Tom Saget.
I mean, shit.
Hey, that's a Jameson kicking in.
That's a Jameson kicking in.
Homies.
Bob Saget is probably one of the dirtiest talking some bitches you ever meet.
Oh my God, he is the very first person that's ever made me feel uncomfortable listening to stand up.
Yeah, but by looking at him, you be like, I can see that. But when he did Full House, mm-hmm. you're like, oh man,
he was dead.
Square. He was
dead.
And then that was like, then you look at it like all the people that did crazy stuff end up doing family shows.
But
Tim Allen, before he was famous, he got busted
for cocaine. Yeah, I mean, not
just cocaine, distribution of cocaine.
To turn it like the complete opposite a couple ways, Jim Carrey. When you look at Jim Carrey's come up,
yep.
He fell into a hole of where he was so ridiculous,
yep.
and then he wanted to turn so dark.
Yep.
Like, because he was going through depression.
Yep.
You know, 23 was no mistake. When he made 23, he was suffering from schizophrenia. He would tell you
that was
about
him.
It. Yeah.
He was like, that's why he was so good at it.
You want to know the one thing that I wish, if I could turn back and change something for an actor, I would change it for Jim Carrey. When he applied, well, what is that applied? Auditioned. He auditioned for the role of the Riddler.
Yes.
And he played it as a dark version, almost like Heath Ledger's version of the Joker.
Yep.
And they're like, no, do that Ace Ventura shit.
Oh, that's
and
what
he
he did.
And he was like,
that's not what the Riddler is.
But that's what he ended up doing.
Yep.
Did you watch Gotham?
I watched parts of it.
Oh, it was good. It was good. I did the same thing. I kept like coming back, and then and then I figured out like, you know what, this is pretty good. This is pretty. What's your favorite? So you got the Star Wars shirt on.
Mandalorian.
Oh my God! I've already dropped this so many times. Hey, if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert. Come back in 20 seconds. Baby Yoda, dude. Oh my God. I think I've got a theory, and we've got about 8 seconds, but Maz Katana, do you remember Maz?
Yes.
Do you remember Star Wars #1?
Yep.
But with the Maz Katana statue, Yoda and Maz, that's its baby.
Yep.
All right, so if you're just tuning back in, hey, nice to see you guys.
That's right.
No more Star Wars spoilers here.
No.
But did you hear Emperor Palpatine's supposed to come back for 9? No, this is not a spoiler.
Yeah, it is, man. Because what, people didn't figure that out. They've never seen it.
Well, if somebody's never watched Star Wars ever,
Right.
This isn't a spoiler.
Well, they're gonna go back and look at who's Palpatine is.
Yeah, I mean, then they better watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And they're gonna be like, shit.
Timmery's doing that right now. My wife's doing that right now. She's like, you motherfucker.
You didn't tell me.
She's sitting in the car right now, tomorrow morning, driving. God, motherfucker, I'm chopping his dick off. Dude, I swear to God, my wife has been trying to chop my dick off and put it in like a can and then have it stuffed for so long.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't care about me.
Yeah.
Do you know that feeling?
Yeah, no, dude, here's the thing. You know, before we came here, you know, me and my girl did the hippity dippity. And then, you know, she's like, I wish you would cheat on me. I really do.
Oh,
because
shit.
I would cut your shit off. I would mold it, make a dildo out of it, and then I just throw your body in Mississippi. Try it. I'm like,
dude, at least we got one thing in common, dude. And that one thing is, our ladies want to mold our dildos, dude. Yes, that was a high five fist. If you've never seen it before, we just perfected it.
We just made it.
All right.
I was looking at his elbow and everything. I thought we was gonna really do a high five.
All right, this is Shot 30 Podcast. That's Calvin motherfucking Reed. And hey,
thank you for having me, bro.
We are going to be doing stand-up. You can catch us. Where are you going to be next?
My next one, I'm going to be up there in Fulton, Illinois. I'm doing a toys benefit up there. December 7th. Starts at 9 o'clock. Come on up. Bring some toys for the kids.
And where can people visit you at?
They can visit me on Facebook, Cal motherfucking Reed.
But you have 5,000 friends, so you can't accept any more. I've already been.
Or you could go to the comedic villain Cal Reed on Facebook as well, or you could go to Above the Bar, which is my little, food and beverage personal private business. If you got a personal private party that you want to do, go to Above the Bar on Facebook.
And you maybe catch us one day doing a dual stand-up show together.
That'd be sweet.
Because I am already trying to figure this out. I would love to do stand-up with just my friends.
Yep.
And I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I think all we have to do is spread the word about stand-up. Watch this podcast. Like, share, subscribe it. If you like a comedy podcast, well, it's right here. Visit Shot 30 Podcast on YouTube. Visit Shot 30 Podcast on Libsyn, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Stitcher, on Castbox, on iHeartRadio, on TuneIn.
Grindr.
Because we're there now. So download your favorite podcast and listen to us now. But this is on Grindr and Pornhub.
And Xvideos.
Yeah. Maybe you'll see me as a little baby Yoda. And old Darth Vader.
That lightsaber coming.
I said Darth Vader.
That's right. You're damn right.
This is Shot 35 Podcast. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe. It was so awesome. Please come back, Calvin. We want you back.
You already know, baby.
Riley, whatever, Lebowski wants you back.
Jesus Christ. Hell. Bingo!